everybody, I'm Anita and I'm here at Stitch in Heaven, and today we are going to be showing you how to patch a pair of jeans for your kids. This is an excellent skill to have, and it may seem kind of simple, but I have a neat trick to show you guys that makes the process a little easier. So I have 3 boys, and hand-me-downs are almost impossible because they go through jeans so fast. And as you can see here, you know, that's the first thing that happens to every pair of jeans that I buy them. So what we're gonna do, we're going to open up this seam. I've flipped them inside out, and if you'll notice, I'm gonna rip through this seam, and I opened it up about 12 inches because that gives you plenty of room to work with. And then the next thing we're gonna do is find a fat quarter of fun fabric. Anybody can use plain denim patches, but the boys really like it when you pick their favorite stuff. These are my 8-year-old's jeans, and he really likes Star Wars. So we just happen to have some really cute Star Wars fabric here in the store. So I just grabbed a fat quarter, and I've cut out just a little 5-inch square of steamer seam. It's double-sided. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take our fabric here, and we're actually going to fuse fabric on both sides of this. This is double-sided fusible. You put fabric on both sides because it holds up better. Last thing you want to do is spend time trying to patch a pair of jeans just to have them rip them again. We're just going to put this here as a guide. And as you can see, I like to allow a little bit of room on the edges when I'm cutting out. So we're just going to come here and we're just going to cut out around our steamer seam, okay? And I have this double layered. So we're just going to go right here. Use your fingernails. This stuff can be kind of sticky. I'm just going to peel this off, and we're going to put it on the wrong side of the fabric. I'm just going to stick that down, and then we're going to take this, and it takes a second to peel this off. Okay, I don't know if you can see, but there's a light film right here, and that's what we're wanting to stay on there. Okay, we're just going to peel that off, and then we're going to line it up with our other one right here. And then we're going to go to our iron over here and fuse them together with heat. I love this iron, you guys. This iron is so awesome. When I'm up here using this iron, I go home and I forget that I can't set my iron down like that at home. So I'm going to iron it on both sides just to make sure that it fuses really well. Okay. Now, if you have a small scale print like this, you can try to line up with the hole as to what print you want. And as you can see, this is kind of a straight line hole here. So what I'm actually going to do to make this a little more fun is we're actually going to cut the hole a little bit wider. And I know you're probably thinking, why would you do that? But it's because if we're going to put a fun patch in, we might as well make it more fun, right? So what I do is just come around here and just trim it. It also gets rid of these scraggly little pieces, and if you cut around it like this, you're cutting out, you see how the denim is wearing real thin right here? We're going to cut out around that. And the less perfect this is, the better it's going to look when you're done. So as you can see, we just have a little bit of thing here, and we're going to try to line where it has ray right there. We're going to try to line that up to where that peeks out. And you may have to trim this, okay? It's always better to cut this too big rather than to cut it too small. So we're going to come right here, and we're going to trim it right along where the seam was, right there. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to put it on our fancy Bernina machine over here, and we're just going to stitch around it, okay? And so when I do this, I actually take it and I put this fabric side down. So we're going to pin this in place along the edges, okay? Because we're not going to sew along the very edge. We're just going to sew around the hole that we made. So I'm just going to get a couple of pins, and we're just going to pin this so that it doesn't move. And I'm just putting a few here and there. If you know me, you know that I really hate pins, but there's no avoiding them in a situation like this. I'm actually going to keep them all turned the same way. Okay, so now we're going to take it and we're going to flip it And then you can just check to see that it's lined up where you want it to be. You can take this time to trim some of these threads if you want. My oldest son really likes the distressed look, so sometimes I'll leave the threads there. Okay, so we're just going to use a straight stitch for this. You can use a zigzag if you want and zigzag the edges for a different look, but we're just going to do the straight stitch because I like that after you wash it, it frays a little bit. So you see how I've got the presser foot here? That's what we're kind of going to use for our seam allowance because it gives it enough edging that after it washes, it's not going to come out. I'm going to slow it down a little bit. Stop right here. Make sure the needle is down and lift up. And we're just going to kind of turn here. We're just going to turn again. Okay, so as we come around, we're going to come up right here and come almost all the way to the edge there. We've got our nice little patch here. So the next thing we're going to do, now that we have it patched, we're going to trim our little threads. And we're going to take our pins out. And then you just want to make sure that everything caught and that it caught all of the fabric. So then we're going to trim. And we're just going to take our scissors. We're going to be careful not to cut the blue jeans. I like to fold them down like this so that I can tell where I'm at. And if you want to add more lines of stitching, you can. You can even use really cool different colored threads. You can even come back with embroidery floss and just hand stitch around to add a little decoration. Now, we're going to line our seams back up and we're going to put it back on the machine and close the seam up. We're going to try to stay on the same seam allowance. I keep forgetting, y'all, that this machine has a fancy button you press to lift the presser foot. My machine at home is not quite that fancy. Let me flip these out inside out so I can show y'all. I'm so excited about this. He's going to love this. If you have seen our video from last week, we did a scrunchie tutorial, and if you guys try out any of these tutorials, y'all drop a picture in the comments and let us see. I'd love to see what fun ways y'all have been using to patch jeans or what cute scrunchies you've made. And now our pair of jeans is good as new. Might only take him 3 weeks this time to tear them up. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave them and we'll answer them for you. I'm Anita. I hope I see you guys next time.